welcome you back one last time today to the Rodrigue Gilbert Arena here in Montreal. Final game of the day, our sixth game. Again, Women's C. That's what we've got all day long here at Pad 1 at Rodrigue Gilbert. This game will feature the High Park Grenadiers taking on the Misfits from Alberta. So we've got Ontario and Alberta playing in this one. Grenadiers are to your right as you look at the screen as they set up. And on the left, there are the Misfits. We haven't seen the Misfits yet. They played twice yesterday. Just the one game for them today. That's his last game. All the other teams in this played two games today. That's why we had a break in the middle of the day. Michelle Ing back to Wilcox. Wilcox threw it into the center of the floor. That's taken away by the Misfits. Backhanded towards the goal, right in on goal, and the stop is made and held. Caitlin Ridge, I believe, in goal for Grenadiers. We'll confirm that in just a moment, as we will with the goaltender for the Misfits. High Park come into this after winning their first two games, currently sitting in second place with 4 points. Kamloops with 5. Kamloops have played the extra game and 2 wins and a tie, so High Park could take over first place with a win in this game. For the Misfits, they're also right in the mix. If they win the game, they'll tie for first with Kamloops, and they'll leapfrog the Grenadiers, because right now Kamloops 5 points, High Park 4, Misfits 3, tied with the Bears, who also have 3. So, big game here this evening, this final game of the day. So major implications for the final standings before we move into the playoff games. Playoff games will start Friday. Get some elimination games, and then gold and bronze medal games on Saturday. Chasing it down is White. Couldn't get to it in time. Bud there first. White stole it, tried to center it, picked off. Brown backhands it off the boards, kept in. And the ball goes out of play. The faceoff will be to the left of the Misfits goaltender. Played into the corner, backhanded towards the front of the goal. Grenadiers trying to clear it. They just played back into the corner. Reaching for it back there is Bridges. Bridges has it against the boards. They come back to her. Bridges in the corner, couldn't get the pass away, fell down, and the Grenadiers come away. Pass in behind Livingston. Goaltender comes out to play it. That is Cithara Fernando, number 31. Thank her for turning around so I can see her number on the back. LeBlanc. So down along the goal line into the corner, trying to center it. She does, gets it to the front of the goal, and it's cleared back behind the net again. Brown threw it around the boards. Finally it comes free, and Misfits have it. Bauer couldn't catch up to it, but Misfits bring it out. It's Bauer. Couldn't get it to the front of the goal, taken away by the Grenadiers. Stolen. Misfits get it in front. Comes back towards the point, taken there. That's dumped in by Martin. Up at the blue line, intercepted. Higher 80. Comes to the front of the goal, and the stop is made and held by Fernando. Back at the point, Wilcox with a shot. That's knocked down. Shot just missed by Irati. Ing over to Irati. Shot stopped. High Park with a good shift here. Backhand. Didn't get through to the goal. That one did. Stopped by Fernando. Wilcox pinching in from the left point, holds it in, getting it to the middle of the floor. Couldn't get a shot through. The rebound was there. Irati fanned on it. We've got Amanda and Christina Irati out there. Finally comes free. Livingston hustling back into her own end to pick it up. Irati, a pass across. Ing comes to the front of the goal, still bounces around and cleared by the Misfits. Taylor Bath getting back for the Grenadiers, tried to play it off the glass a little bit too high. The ball went out of play. Livingston, only as far as center, shot right back in by Bridges. And the Grenadiers control. Move it up through the middle, played to the boards, and it's dumped into the Misfits' end. Pass up at center, taken by Bridges. Bridges was looking for White. Pass a little bit too high for her. Wilcox goes back. Gives it to Korakianidis. Up to Livingston. Livingston working against Brown. White, pass through the middle, trying to split the defense. Dick getting in. Dick can't get the shot through. That was going wide. Grabbed anyway by the goaltender, who will hold on to it. And that is indeed Laura Brooker, who played in the game earlier today. Face-off win for the Grenadiers. Martin off the boards. Going back to get it, Hodge. Jordan Hodge. Got LeBlanc watching her. Hodge gets it up the boards. Good work. But mishandle there. This one off the boards. That's a good pass. Taken onside by Gibson. That shot by Dick. Again, not much on that. Grenadiers with a chance to get it out. War down the floor. Hodge going back. Hodge throws it to the other side, looking for Bauer. Bauer trying to get it out. Kept in by the Grenadiers. Ayarati into the middle. Ball bouncing around just inside the blue line. Finally, it'll come out down the floor, hustling back is Johnson, and as she crosses the hash marks, the whistle goes. It'll be a flooring call against the Misfits. 6:47 to go here in the opening period. No score. Face-off win for the Grenadiers. Backhanded towards the goal. It goes wide. Ayarati to Amanda Ayarati. Her shot, that goes wide. Shot right on goal. Stop. Another stop. And it goes over the shoulder. Fernando, they score. High Park Grenadiers. Goaltender made a couple of stops. And then bounced up over her left shoulder into the back of the net. And it is 1-0 for the Grenadiers. Amanda Ayarati, along with Christina and Ing. Solid line for the Grenadiers. All bouncing in front. Christina Ayarati with a chance. Fernando kept that out. Ing holding it. Ayarati shot off his stick. Amanda Ayarati with a shot stopped by Fernando, and then she'll jump on the rebound. Again, the Grenadiers win the faceoff. Get it to the front of the goal. Backhand is stopped. Great chance for Livingston. Held along the boards. Hops over the stick of Cora Kianidis. Misfits a little slow to move it, and now they'll get it out. We've got a 2-on-1 shaping up for the Misfits. The shot stopped by Brooker. Almost a mistake there behind the goal. The goaltender and the defense got mixed up, but the ball stayed in behind. So they get away with it. The Misfits move it out through center. Bauer will go down and get it. Watched by Johnson. Fishing for it in front, that was Rebecca Gibson for the Misfits. Couldn't get a stick on it. Johnston turns, pokes it partially out, but doesn't get out over center. So Gibson got it in. They're saying offside. And that was a mistake by the referee. They acknowledged that was not offside. I didn't think it was when I watched it. And the ball had been inside the zone for a while, did not get out over center, brought back in. Jumping on this, Wilcox tried to get a shot away. Ran into the Misfits player. The Misfits player ran into her and she was tripped up, and that's going to be a penalty to the Misfits. I'm having a little trouble with the penalty gate. Michaela Lasan gone to the penalty box for the Misfits. Power play for the Grenadiers, leading this one 1-0. 3.5 minutes to go in this opening period. Ball comes back to Cora Kianidis. She gets a return pass, kept in. Ing, back up top. Christina Iarati looking for Amanda. Amanda fanned on the shot. Goes against the boards, maintains possession, squeezes by the player, comes up top. Cora Kianidis, the rebound is there. Back at the point. Iarati, shot, stopped by the Misfits defense. Grenadiers stay on it. Iarati, Cora Kianidis. That shot missed short side. Iarati doesn't shoot it. Pass a little bit too far for Ing. Amanda Iarati has it. Cora Kianidis slipped, fell down. The ball rolled into the goaltender. Still 45 seconds left to go in the power play for the High Park Grenadiers. 2:19 to go in the period. Iarati, Cora Kianidis, Iarati, and to Amanda Iarati. Try to give it back to Christina. Now Christina has it. Cora Kianidis. That shot did not get through to the goal. Misfits couldn't clear. Christina Iarati. Ing. Iarati with a shot. Got a lot on that. Ball bouncing around in the crease. As the penalty is over, Masson back out on the floor. They score! And it came out of nowhere. As the penalty was expiring, I was having a look at the player coming out of the penalty box. And the next thing, the ball ended up in the face-off circle just inside of it, and it is 2-0 Grenadiers. And I believe that was Michelle Ng making it 2-0. Back up top, long shot by Lassonde. Misfits trying to respond here. This is Shamil. Got it to Dick. Back at the point. Comes in, hits somebody, comes to the near boards. That got by Lassonde. She's got to go back into her own end to retrieve that. Time winding down in this period, just 20 seconds to go. Chipped in by Bauer. Taken by Wilcox. To Martin, and that's going to do it. Play is going to end there as the ball goes into the Grenadiers players bench. All right, one period in the books, 2-0 High Park Grenadiers. We'll be back in 2 minutes with the second period of this women's C game. These are the 2026 CBHA BC&D National Championships. We are in Montreal. All right, teams are back out. We are set for period number 2. High Park Grenadiers leading this one 2-0 after the opening 15 minutes. It's our final game of the day, game number 6. If you haven't had enough, tell you what, we'll do 6 again tomorrow for you. Tomorrow we will have 4 games in the men's D and 2 in the women's B. To bring you Bath down the right side, backhands it wide. Over in the corner, Johnson has it. Johnson. That's taken away. The Misfits rather have it out at the blue line, and this will get out. Comes to the side of the goal, poked away. Another shot that is stopped by Fernando as well. Pass up the middle, picked off. Ayarati, Eng, Michelle Eng. Twisting and turning, tried to play it back to the point. That's tipped away. Now the race is on. Good speed there by Shamil of the Misfits. She gets there first and then gave it away. Amanda Ayarati to Christina. Amanda up the boards. Misfits with a chance to move it out. Good job there by Tran. And just flooring. Young Misfits players kind of stood still for a second. Again, the new rule, you've got to get to the hash mark. You can't just watch it go over the goal line and turn and go back down the floor. Grenadiers win the faceoff. Throw it around the boards. Down into the corner. On it first. White. Up top to Malavaski. Comes to the side of the goal. And the Grenadiers with it up through the middle. Getting back, breaking that up smartly was the Misfits defense. Bridges with a chance. Shot stopped by Brooker. Ayarati flipped it to herself, and she's going to go get it. She's got it. A turn in the corner, being watched by Repchuk. Martin centered it, but nobody home. But the Misfits maybe had a little more time. Well, that'll be icing. Trying so hard to stick to saying flooring because that's what's in the book, and that one slipped out because that's what everybody else says. All right, face-off in the Misfits end. They trail this one 2-0. It out towards center, but it'll be kept in by the Grenadiers. Back in the corner. Martin has it again. Gets it in front. Chance for LeBlanc. Didn't get it on goal. Corey Kianitis. And to work it towards the front of the goal. Good defending by the Misfits. Grenadiers stay on it. Corey Kianitis, shot right on goal, kicked away by Fernando. Martin all alone, waiting for teammates to complete their line change. Johnson working along the boards with Rachel Dick. Ball goes in to a Brooker. She'll just leave it behind the goal. Back up top, Hodge. Shot towards the goal is deflected and goes over the top. Backhanded by Dick. Martin off the glass and down the floor. Hodge back in her own end. Hodge got it ahead. Shot in by Bauer. Four players in behind the Grenadiers net. And now it is taken by the Grenadiers. Player knocked down. Play continues. Bath in to try and help out. It's the Misfit shot right on goal. Brooker dropped it and then fell on top of it. Both teams will make wholesale changes after that whistle. It was a long shift. Right in front of the goal, ball bounces around, cleared to the boards. Grenadiers are on it. Brown fires it off the far boards. And they'll play it to this side. An open wing, jumping on that was Cora Kianidis. Wilcox back in her own end. Nobody over here for the Misfits. Now hustling to get there. That was Raul. And comes into Brooker. Misfits make a couple of changes. Ing just out over the red line. Iorati, Amanda getting in there. Christina shot. Tried to go far side, get the goalie moving the wrong way and just missed. Amanda Iorati. Being watched by Bridges. Leaves it in the corner. Christina. Ing was heading for the front of the goal, but the pass is intercepted by the goaltender, Fernando. Shell Tran got it down the floor for the Misfits. Really hustling to get back there and create the icing was Clarissa Budd. Is it icing again? Must be getting late. Face-off will be to the right of Fernando. That's kept in by Bud. Down into the corner. Repchuk. Can't get it out. Held in the corner. Johnson back at the point. Trying to throw it towards a goal. Taken by Tran. And that gets out. Johnson hustling back. Trying to get there is Lauren White. Johnson gets there first. That shot ripped wide. Over on the other side. That's War to LeBlanc. Martin gave it away. Taken by Robin Dick. Rachel Dick. Robin Dick was on Saturday Night Live, I believe. Pass for Bauer. Gets it in over the blue line. Bauer still controlling it. Back at the point. That's still onside. Good job by Hodge to get there and keep it in. Bauer shoots it into the corner. Bauer gets to it first. Toward the goal. Booker got a stick on it. Played it to the end boards. And the Grenadiers get control. Livingston. A little miscommunication there. She tried to give it to a teammate. That will allow the Misfits to get it back down deep in Grenadier territory. Can't get it to the front of the goal. Now it comes out front. Back at the point. A long shot by Brown. Ends up here in the near boards. That goes back behind the goal. On it first was Wilcox. Lazar trying to get it out. Now Livingston. Can't touch it. Would have been offside. Put herself offside if she touched it. Pass off the boards. Taken. Brought in. Shamil. That shot went wide. Shamil's got it behind the goal. Shamil gets it to the front of the goal. Ball bouncing. Now here's a chance for the Grenadiers to move. But getting back was Hodge. We'll break that up for the Misfits. Shamil will track it down behind the goal, or she'll try. But getting there ahead of her was Mackenzie Johnson of the Grenadiers. Ball comes back to Johnson, and she will get it out over the center red line. Mayorati in over the blue line. Gets it to Christina, coming out to play it. Fernando comes back in front. Fernando's out of position. The ball goes behind her and in front of the net. Back at the point, Livingston. Livingston, a nice move. Livingston stepping in. Goes the other side. Ing looking for it. It'll come into Fernando, and she'll settle things down. A frantic shift that time. A couple of good chances by the Grenadiers. Fernando come out to play the ball, and then one of the Grenadiers players got it and put it behind the goaltender, but it came out the other side. Now Fernando has a little equipment problem. Perfect timing for that. To fix a strap on the pad. Both players go down hard. Both get up quickly, thank goodness. get it back to the point. Picked off by the Misfits. To the boards it comes, and on it is LeBlanc. Down in along the boards. It's Martin. To LeBlanc. Back to Martin in the corner. Martin hit the side of the net. It's backhanded out in front and cleared away from the front of the net. Wilcox with it. Korakianidis. Welk. Can't get that out. Kept in by LeBlanc. Now it's given away and cleared out. Wilcox has it. Good body position there. Up ahead to Martin. Offside. Player heading through the gate over on the other side into the players' bench, which is inside the blue line. Hadn't left the floor yet, so offside. Misfits with a chance. In front, backhand, stopped by Brooker. Livingston for Bath. Livingston heading for the front of the net. Bath has it. Fernando, the goaltender, got a stick on it, cleared it to the end boards. Bath still on it. Throws it around the boards here into the near corner. Uzer. Out at the blue line, the referee here is indicating a penalty. It's going to go against the Misfits, tripping. So with only about a minute to go here in the second period, High Park Grenadiers will go back on the power play. Jaden Repchuk gone to the penalty box. 2-minute minor for tripping. Into the final minute. Christina Ioretti. She will be the quarterback on this. Back at the point. In front for Lazar, and a good stop by Fernando. And now it's cleared down the floor. Now into the final 10 seconds. Last chance there for the Grenadiers. Stopped by Fernando. They still continue to push. Maybe one more. Time runs out, but a couple of chances inside the final 10 seconds of that period for the Grenadiers. They continue to lead 2-0. We are through 2 periods of play. 58 seconds left to go in the penalty to the Misfits when we come back for period 3. And we will be back in just under 2 minutes from now in our final period of the day. Stay with us. right, 1 period to go. We'll finish off the day. We've got the High Park Grenadiers taking on the Misfits from Alberta. 2-0. High Park leading this one after the first 2 periods. Little delay as Fernando makes her way down into the goal for the Misfits. Now we are ready. As we mentioned, still on the power play, the Grenadiers. They had 58 seconds left at the start of the period. Under 30 seconds to go now in their 5-on-4 advantage. Amanda Iarati to Christina. To Corey Kianidis. Back up top. That shot knocked down and cleared just as the penalty expires. Repchuk steps out of the penalty box. She'll stay on the floor for the Misfits. Ing. Repchuk with a long, easy shot in on goal. No problems there for Brooker. Face-off win for the Misfits. Long shot in by Malavaski. We'll come back to Malavaski. The shot gets through to the goal and then cleared by the Grenadiers. Martin plays it down in deep. Should try and get in and forecheck. Back at the point. Kept in by Bud. Good outlet pass right on the stick of White. Back to get it, LeBlanc. LeBlanc and White together there. Hodge able to keep it onside. Down for White. That's taken away by Johnston. Comes out towards center. It'll get out over the center red line. Hodge forced to go back into her own end. Gets it on this side to Brown. She was stopped as she got to the blue line, then backhands it in. Cleared away from the front of the goal by the Grenadiers. Jumping on the loose ball, Johnson trying to catch up to it. In there with Rachel Dick. Comes to the front of the goal, hits somebody, and Fernando had to be quick to keep it out. Now getting away, Mackenzie Bauer. Bauer puts on the brakes, looks for some help. He's poke checked, and the ball comes free, dumped to an open wing. Getting to that first, Johnson. Livingston. It's in behind the goal, played out in front off the stick of the goaltender. She sees the loose ball and covers it. Face-off won by the Grenadiers. They try and work it to the front of the goal. It's cleared to the far boards, kept in. Michelle Ng. Ayarati. And down the floor it goes. Hustling back, Dominique Korakianidis. Korakianidis. Good work by Welk to keep it in for the Misfits. Got it ahead. Christina. Stopped by Fernando. Ayarati stayed with it. Played it now to the near side, looking for Michelle Ng. Down to the far corner, Christina Ayarati gets there first. To the middle of the floor, trying to turn and shoot it is Ng, but she's all tied up. They're good defensive work. Just missed the referee. Moved out of the way. Michelle Tran, she can't get it out. And Tran and Johnson go down. Ng has it. Bud, as the ball comes out, gets back to center, and sends it back in. Raul. Bridges. Tran will dump it into the Grenadiers' end. Bud goes into the corner. Good hustle. Get it out for the Grenadiers. That shot goes wide. Tran in the corner. Lays it to the near side. Grenadiers stuck in their own end right now. Again, it's kept in. Nice play back at the right point by Repchuk. They get it to center, send it in, and they'll get a line change in. Tired bodies out there for the Grenadiers. They spent a long time on that shift, chasing in their own end. Wilcox with Rebecca Gibson closing on her. Ball goes up in the air, cleared to the boards. Bath up ahead. It's taken by Hodge. Rachel Dick stopped as she got over the blue line. Bath. And she is stopped. Good pass on the left side. Misfits bring it in over the blue line. Bauer following up on it. Rachel Dick shot right on goal. Brooker's got that, no problem. He'll hold the rebound. Still 2-0 in favor of High Park Grenadiers. If they can hang on to win this one, they will leapfrog the Kamloops Cougars into first place in the Women's C. Ng off the boards. Ayarati, Amanda. To the front, they score! The Ayaratis combine on that one. Amanda to Christina. Ng will pick up the secondary assist, and it is 3-0. Flooring is the call. So it will be a flooring call against the Misfits. Face-off will be in their end. Malavaski gets it to the front of the goal, went off the stick of the goaltender Brooker, and the Grenadiers get a chance to move it up the floor. Amanda Iarati with that line out there again, the two Iaratis and Ing. Ing got it out in front, and the shot was taken and stopped. Christina Iarati with the chance. Again, it comes to the front of the goal, rattles around. Fernando finds it and covers it. Hodge took it down into the corner, but no further than that. Couldn't get it to the front of the goal, and it is cleared. Martin centered it, picked off, and sent down the floor. Korakinidis to the other side. Period moving along quickly, less than 5 minutes to go. 3-goal lead for High Park. As they look to go 3-0 and move into first place. Bridges shot off the glove of Brooker. Livingston couldn't get it out. Bridges with a shot did not get through, hit a High Park player just inside the blue line. But the Misfits keep it in. They'll play it down deep behind the Grenadiers' goal. Time definitely a factor at this point, a 3-goal lead and under 4 minutes to go. Livingston. Head to Lazar. Back to Bud. And out it comes. The Grenadiers will change. Comes that line again, Ing, Iarati, and Iarati. Christina Iarati will get to it, down in the corner. That shot is stopped. She fed Korakinidis. On the outside, Malavaski shot. Blocker save made by Brooker. Hodge tried to play it in front. Good outlet pass right to Ing. Ing will just shoot it in. Time is on the side of the Grenadiers right now. Just like to hold it down there for a little while, chew some clock. Hey, no hurry. They'll hold it against the boards. The Misfits trying to get it free as time continues to tick away. Comes up the boards. Ayarati back at the point. And that is stopped. Christina Ayarati to Amanda. Shot stopped. They'll just cycle it back down low. Christina Ayarati, and then she'll head to the bench. Coming on is Kenzie LeBlanc. A hard shot by Korakianidis. Ball bounces in front. Misfits cleared. Korakianidis has it again. That shot, rebound, scores. 2 or 3 chances. Finally put home by Danielle War over at the left post. Korakianidis had the initial 2 shots, a couple of opportunities. First one rather went wide. Second one on goal, and the rebound put home. The BCD Canadian Ball Hockey Championships proudly recognize Saint-Hubert Express as our official restaurant partner. Visit Saint-Hubert Express at 12575 Sherbrooke Street East in Montreal. Accredited players, coaches, officials, volunteers, and registered participants receive 10% off eligible purchases by showing their official tournament pass. And a big thank you goes out to Saint-Hubert Express for supporting these Montreal Nationals. As we wind down here in our final game of the day, we are now into the final minute of this one. 4-0. That shot on goal, caught and held by Brooker. That shot wide of the goal. Plays along the boards down to our right in the Grenadiers' end. Misfits still battling, trying to get a goal. That shot stopped by Brooker. Brown gets it back to the point. Long shot in, rebound is there. Gibson put it towards the goal, and Brooker's got that and holds on with 17.3 seconds left. Face-off win, shot in wide of the goal. On it is Paige Budd. Out it comes, less than 10 seconds to go in the game. That comes in front, one last chance, there's a shot, stopped by Brooker. She keeps the clean sheet, gets the shutout, and had to make a save right at the buzzer. 4-0 final. High Park Grenadiers defeat the Misfits, so our standings now: High Park 6 points, Kamloops 5, the Misfits 3, the Calgary Bears 3. Those are our top 4 teams as of right now. New Tech has 2, the Wranglers of Quint in Ontario have 1, and 0-3 are the Dumpling Chase of Alberta. So nothing definitive yet in the standings for playoff positions going forward into the weekend. We'll stay for the play of the game presentations, and then we'll call it a night. We're back again bright and early tomorrow morning, 10 o'clock, our first game again. Same sort of schedule as today, different games though. We've got A couple of men's D games to start things off, then a women's B, a couple more men's D, and then finally women's B. So 4 men's D, 2 women's B is our schedule for tomorrow. And again, starting bright and early. Well, not real bright and early. I've had games start at 8:30. This one starts at 10. Not too bad. 6 games again tomorrow. We'll have 5 on Friday, including playoff games for the men. Player of the game for the Misfits is number 32. That is Jordan Hodge. And the player of the game for High Park, Christina Iarati. That line is dynamite for this team. The 2 Iaratis and Michelle Ng. Been unstoppable. All right, folks, that's going to do it for us. We are finished another day here at the Rodrigue Gilbert Arena. Day 2. Day 3 starts at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. On behalf of everybody at HN Live, thank you so much for watching. My name is George Scott. Good night, everyone. See you again tomorrow.